Hello and welcome to Hornbill TV's Prime at 9. I'm Akivito and now the headlines. The Election Commission of India announced assembly polls scheduled for Goa, Punjab, Manipur, Uttarakhand and Uttar Pradesh today. No road shows, padyatras, cycle or bike rallies and processions shall be allowed till the 15th of January. Nagaland Chief Minister Nifu Rio requested Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma to intervene and protect the lives and property of the Naga residents in Karbi Anglong. The police said that Neeraj Bishnoi has claimed that he has been hacking and defacing websites not only of Indian institutions but also of Pakistan. Questioning Neeraj, police have come to know that he is a repeat offender and was active during the Suli deals investigation. The FCRA license for Mother Teresa's Missionaries of Charity was restored. The Missionaries of Charity's FCRA license was revoked on Christmas Day in a move that was widely condemned by many. And now the news in details. The Election Commission of India announced assembly polls scheduled for Goa, Punjab, Manipur, Uttarakhand and Uttar Pradesh on January 8th. The EC directed no physical political rallies and roadshows will be allowed till January 15th, 2022. No roadshows, padyatras, cycle or bike rallies and processions shall be allowed till the 15th of January. Situation to be reviewed and fresh instructions to be issued later, said CEC Sushil Chandra. No physical rally of political parties or probable candidates or any other group related to elections shall be allowed till January 15th, the official said. The ECI should subsequently review the situation and issue further instructions accordingly, added Sushil Chandra.
That no roadshow, padyatra, cycle, bike vehicle rally and procession shall be allowed till 15th January 2022. Commission shall subsequently review the situation and issue further instructions accordingly. So up to 15th of January, there is absolutely a moratorium of physical rally and physical road shows. Between 8 p.m. and 8 a.m., no rallies and public meetings, similar like a campaign curfew that on any campaign day. That will continue. No nukkad sabhas will be allowed on public roads, roundabouts or public streets or corners.
Nagaland Chief Minister Nifu Rio has written a letter to Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma in regard to the ongoing eviction drive at Karbi Anglong. In a letter, Rio requested Sarma to intervene and protect the lives and property of the Naga residents in Karbi Anglong. The Nagaland Chief Minister stated that the Naga people living along the borders of Karbi Anglong, particularly Balijan C Khan Basti, have approached him regarding the eviction notice served to them by the Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council. He also mentioned that the Naga residents of Balijan C Khan Basti had purchased the land from the descendants of late Haji Manigul Khan, who established the village in 1910, and have constructed permanent residential, commercial buildings as well as churches on the land, which is under their lawful possession for the last many decades. Rio stated that majority of the residents are retired government employees who have invested their lifelong savings in constructing their buildings and are law-abiding citizens of Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council, Assam. Many are also availing welfare schemes such as ration card, job card and electricity provided by the government of Assam, and their names are also enrolled in the electoral roll of the Election Commission of India, he added. Rio further stated that carrying out eviction proceedings against them will be unfair and unjust, as they will be rendered homeless and landless, which will not only leave them in great hardship and mental trauma, but may also result in unrest and law and order problems. In this regard, he requested the Assam Chief Minister to intervene and protect the lives and property of the Naga residents of Karbi Anglong in keeping with social justice and spirit of good neighborly relations between the two states. Joining with us, we've got our senior news analyst, Sir Albert Nooley, who's joining us, and we'll be speaking more on this case. Thank you, sir, for joining us. First of all, so the eviction drive that happened in Assam, that videos went viral, causing a lot of anger. So could you please give us a recap as to actually what happened?
Yeah, hello Akivi. Uh, this is actually the second eviction in about 3 weeks in Assam. And these eviction drives have been going on along the Garbi Anlong borders, bordering Nagaland. And the recent one was on December 20th, 2021, when the administration evicted about 1,000 to 1,050 persons from the Bugajan subdivision area of Karbi Anlong district. And the chief minister of Assam said this was actually a war, something like a war on drugs and drug cartels in the border. So that was the reason that he tweeted. And in the first instance was in December earlier, 23rd, September 23rd, excuse me. So during that eviction drive, one person was, two civilians were killed, including a 12-year-old child in alleged police firing. There was a lot of violence during that eviction drive. So the child was killed. And so far, there are no indications about the identities of those persons, whether they are from Assam, it could be a Naga person or someone else from a different community, but they were tagged illegal encroachers. That's what the government said.
All right, sir. So the viral videos that went viral mostly showed that the people who were evicted were Nagas. So were they only Nagas or were they people from other religions too?
Yeah, right now we don't have a ground assessment in regard to the identities and the communities that the encroachers or the illegal settlers belong to. But what the authorities are saying is that most of these people, most of them, they are from the Nepali, Muslim and Naga communities. And in the recent eviction drive that was carried out in December 20th, most of them were Nagas, but they were not exclusively Nagas, Akive.
All right, sir. So the Assam authorities, under the guise of evicting illegal settlers and also drug cartels, are they throwing the people who live there under the bus without even checking their residence legalities?
Yeah, I think this is the main cause of the heartbreak among the Naga community in Nagaland that has been witnessing what has been going on in regard to the Naga persons in Assam who have been facing a lot of problems since the evictions began, Akivi. And right now, there's a lot of word going on in the media from the government authorities and the local administrative authorities. They have been saying this is a war on encroachers, illegal settlers, and then you have another angle telling us that these are people who have been harboring drugs and they are the portals for drug cartels. So there are a lot of word going out around these eviction drives. But the thing is, I would agree with the Chief Minister of Nagaland here. I think we are throwing the baby under the bus, actually, because we need to establish their residences. Chief Minister Nefirio said that these people have voting cards, they have electoral rolls, they have ration cards, and even have electricity facility documentations. So basically what the government chief minister is saying right now is that someone who has a voting card or electricity facility documentation cannot be illegal. So right now we can fake our names, we can fake our addresses, but it is not like having a voting card, because that is a totally different thing. If you have a voting card, then you are a bona fide citizen of that particular state. So practically what the government is saying is that these are not illegal, these Naga persons are not illegal settlers. Akivi.
All right, sir. So Balijan is quite a big area, and you've got a lot of colonies and other housing places there. So does this mean that even Balijan Sea is under the eviction drive? And also with this regard, what is the status or recent updates when it comes to the Nagas living there?
Yeah, Akivi, I think we have breaking news here. I think our news producers can update this. Just a few minutes ago, I was talking to some government officials, and I've been trying to reach the chief minister's office too. But so far, the advisor for border affairs, Mr. Mahathang Yantan, he has kindly responded. And also, this might be a breaking news. I think our news producers can update this. The Borlingri Villages Union, they met the deputy speaker of Assam Legislative Assembly today itself. And actually, the Balijan eviction might not go through because this case is now in the Guwahati High Court, Akivi.
All right.
So that is the breaking news. So the Guwahati High Court has said that the eviction drive of the Assam government should not go ahead or until January 11. So that's what Mhao Lotha, the secretary of the Borlingri Villages Area Union, Borlingri Area Villages Union, messaged me just a few minutes ago. So that will be the breaking news. I think our news producers can update that. And second, I've got a message from the advisor for border affairs, Mr. Mahathang Yantan. He said, although the issue is not a border-related issue, it is an issue of illegal occupation or issue related to illegal occupation of the government in Assam. But still then the government of Nagaland is much disturbed by the eviction notice because it involves Naga citizens.
Right.
So that's the update right now. So as things stand at the moment, Kivi, the Balijan village eviction will not go forward because the Guwahati High Court has stepped in. They've told the government that the government of Assam should not go ahead with the eviction drive until January 11 or till that point of time. And second, the Borlingri villagers, they have met with the deputy Speaker of the Assam Legislative Assembly. So today it was given assurance to them that the Naga persons along the border, along the Karbi Anglong border, should not panic. Everything will be okay. So that was the assurance that was given to the Naga residents by the Deputy Speaker today, Akivi.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for the latest and the breaking news that you've just provided to us. And we will come back to you if there is any more updates regarding this Balijan eviction drive. So
certainly, Akivi. Thank you.
All right. So like our senior news analyst, Sir Albert, just informed us that the Guwahati High Court has intervened into this Balijan eviction drive and has asked the Assam government not to continue with the eviction drive until January 11th. Now the case is now in the Guwahati High Court's playground. So the Guwahati High Court will now give a judgment as to whether the eviction drive will actually go on or will it stop now. And as for the Deputy Speaker giving confirmation or rather assurance to the Naga residents living in the Balijan area that no Nagas will be disturbed or hampered and they can carry on with their normal lives. Now moving on to more news. As the investigation into the Bully Buy app case is going on, interesting details about main perpetrator Neeraj Bishnoi, a 21-year-old engineering student from Assam, have emerged. On Saturday, police said Neeraj has claimed that he has been hacking and defacing websites not only of Indian institutions but also of Pakistan. He also claimed he learned hacking at a young age and has been doing this since the age of 15. Neeraj was arrested on charges of developing Bully Buy app, which put out photos of Muslim women for auctioning. Questioning Neeraj, police have come to know that he is a repeat offender, was active during the Suli Deals investigation and had 5 different Twitter accounts. When the probe into Suli Deals was going on, Bishnoi created a fake profile of a girl and tried to communicate with the investigation agency as a news reporter. Police said he was trying to plant some misinformation. This time too, as 3 students were arrested in the Bully Buy case, Bishnoi claimed on Twitter that he was the mastermind and manipulated his location as Nepal. Police said Neeraj wanted to get publicity and there is a possibility that he was deeply involved in the Suli Deals case. Neeraj admitted to the crime and said he was proud of the app that he created. After his arrest, some old social media posts allegedly by Neeraj on Quora have surfaced. The profile, which apparently belongs to him, replied to many questions, mostly technology related. Some of the questions he answered were on Sunny Leon, Aryan Khan, Navya Naveli, fake MMS, etc. The FCRA license for Mother Teresa's Missionaries of Charity was restored Saturday, according to an entry in the Foreign Contribution Regulation Act website, 2 weeks after the Home Ministry cited adverse inputs to refuse a renewal request by the Kolkata-based organization. The loss of the license needed to receive and use charitable contributions from abroad left the group, which operates orphanages and shelters for the poor, sick and destitute in India, unable to access foreign funds stored in over 250 accounts. No statement has been made by the government so far. Trinamool MP Derek O'Brien, who was one of the several opposition leaders to slam the government over its cancelling of the FCRA license, this morning tweeted, "The power of love is stronger than the power of a 56-inch and indirect swipe at Prime Minister Narendra Modi." The Missionaries of Charity's FCRA license was revoked on Christmas Day in a move that was widely condemned by many, including Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee. The Home Ministry also said there was no request to review its decision. Member of Nagaland Legislative Assembly Ajeto Jimomi has said people must respect decisions of the government and allow the government to do what is right for the betterment of the people. He was referring to the issue of district demarcation for Dimapur and Chumukidma districts. He was addressing the 40th annual conference of the Akahuto Tokukujo Kifimi Kukhakulu this morning at Zutovi village. Jimomi said development and progress will come only when the people support the government to do good for the public. Further, he said having respect for one another and upholding the same is the most important tool needed for the growth of the society. Jimomi also spoke about the sincerity of the government led by Chief Minister Nifi Rio in its efforts towards a solution to the Naga political issue and also its effort to unite all Naga political groups. He encouraged the students to be sincere and dedicated in their pursuit to succeed in life, adding that the students need to remember how parents struggle to give them quality education so that they may have an accomplished life. Due to the rapid surge of COVID-19 cases in the country and especially with the rise of the new COVID variant Omicron, the government of Nagaland has issued new orders to prevent the state from facing the third wave. Any social, political, religious and entertainment events and academic gatherings will now be restricted, allowing only up to 50% capacity or up to a maximum of 200 persons, subject to all the participants being asymptomatic or being fully vaccinated. Night curfew will now also be imposed in the state from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. with effect from January 9th, with some exceptions. Shopping complexes, restaurants, gymnasiums, cinema halls, parks and places of entertainment shall be permitted to open with 50% capacity and with all the visitors being fully vaccinated. The new order also states that any person above the age of 12 entering the state shall be required to carry a negative COVID test with a swab given for testing not earlier than 3 days of the date of arrival in the state. Physical offline classes for students studying up to class 8 stand suspended or closed till January 31st. Any student of class 9 and above and those who have completed 15 years of age shall be allowed to take admissions or attend regular offline classes if she or he has taken at least one dose of the COVID vaccine. While addressing a press conference, Chief Election Commissioner of India, Sushil Chandra, on January 8 informed that all the election officials and employees will be considered as frontline workers and all eligible officers will be vaccinated with precautionary dose. All election officials and employees will be considered as frontline workers and all eligible officers will be vaccinated with the precautionary dose, he informed.
That all central state government officials deployed for election duty shall be doubly vaccinated. So all the officials who will be on the election duty will be doubly vaccinated. On the recommendation of the ECI, the Union Health Ministry has issued orders on 8 February 2021 that all election officials and employees will be treated as a frontline workers and all eligible officials shall be given a precautionary booster dose accordingly. So these persons will also be given a booster dose, the precautionary dose also. With this, my all polling officials who are on the poll duty will be fully safe. So I have spoken that my booths are safe because my booths are fully sanitized and all provisions of the gloves, sanitizer and everything is there. And here are the polling officials who are the safe.
Voting for the 60-seat Manipur Assembly will be conducted in 2 phases on February 27th and March 3rd, the Election Commission of India announced on Saturday. The poll panel said the counting of votes will begin from March 10th. The ECI on Saturday announced the schedule for the upcoming assembly elections in Uttar Pradesh, Goa, Punjab, Manipur and Uttarakhand. According to the ECI, 6 districts of Manipur will go to the polls on February 27th, while voting in the other 10 districts will be held on March 3rd.
Of Manipur. Manipur will be done in 2 phases. So on 5th phase, we will be having Uttar Pradesh 5th phase and Manipur 1st phase. Here the issue of notification is 1st February. Last date of notification, last nomination, 8th February. Scrutiny of nominations, 9th February. Last date of withdrawal of candidature, 11th February. And date of poll will be 27th February 2022. Uttar Pradesh 6th phase and Manipur 2nd phase. Here the issue of notification will be 4th February 2022. Last date of nominations 11th February 2022. Scrutiny of nominations 14th February 2022. Last date of withdrawal of candidature 16th February and date of poll 3rd March, that is Thursday. That way Manipur also completed the 6th phase. Uttar Pradesh 7th phase. Issue of notifications 10th February. Last date of nominations 17th February. Scrutiny of nominations 18th February. Last date of withdrawal of candidature is 21st February and date of poll is 7th March. So on 7th March all polling will be over and the date of counting is 10th March 2022, that is Thursday.
Railway Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw, in presence of Union Donor Minister G. Kishan Reddy, flagged off newly launched Agartala-Jiribam Agartala Jan Shatabdi Express on Saturday through video conferencing. It is the first rail line connection between Tripura and Manipur. The Railway Minister, while addressing the event, said that the train connections will boost trade, tourism and transportation sectors of the entire northeast region. Vaishnaw also said that he will soon review the development of Akhaura-Agartala railway project, which is a strategic point of connection between India and Bangladesh. Tripura Chief Minister Biplab Kumar Deb, Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh and several other leaders attended the event through video links from their respective states. Tripura Chief Minister said the train service will further strengthen the relationship between the two states. Railway officials said the train service will connect from Manipur to Tripura via Arunachal Station at Silchar in Assam. The train will run thrice a week. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh participated in the webinar of Sainik schools through video conferencing on January 8th. Addressing the event, Defence Minister said on one hand, women in the armed forces are taking permanent commission and on the other hand, this step will create a strong base for them in large numbers. Because of all this, Sainik School has become a brand in itself today like IIT and IIM, he said. Sainik schools are playing such a role in the development of children, how far would it be right to keep girls away from them? Participation will also definitely increase, he added.
विकास में इतनी भूमिका निभा रहे हैं, वहां हमारी आधी आबादी यानी गर्ल्स को इनसे दूर रखना कहां तक सही होता। ऐसे में सरकार ने सैनिक स्कूलों में भी गर्ल्स के एडमिशन का रास्ता साफ कर दिया है और 100 नए स्कूल्स के आने के बाद देश की बेटियों की भागीदारी भी निश्चित रूप से बढ़ेगी। एक तरफ आर्म्ड फोर्सेज में महिलाएं परमानेंट कमीशन ले रही हैं, तो वहीं दूसरी ओर इस कदम से बड़ी संख्या में उनका मजबूत आधार भी तैयार होगा। और इन सब के चलते सैनिक स्कूल आज स्वयं में आईआईटी और आईआईएम जैसा एक ब्रांड बन चुका है।
Shimizu Corporation has built a zero-energy building in Japan's Kanazawa with an aim to protect the environment. It is the region's first such building constructed with energy-saving and power generation technology. The solar power electric generation system in this office produces more electricity than consumption. Solar power generation, radiant air conditioning use of geothermal heat that utilizes the unique characteristic of the region, and natural airflow and lighting makes this building energy efficient. HydroQ BIC, a hydrogen energy utilization system, has also been used in the building. The office building has been designed by having a ceiling with traditional Japanese building design. The Zero Energy building of Shimizu Corporation, which focuses on environment and design of traditional Japanese buildings, has caught worldwide attention. And that was all for this hour's bulletin. For more news and updates, stay tuned to Hornbill TV. Goodbye.